Hey, everybody. We're back here. Jan and I are back again to talk a little bit more about the product of the month, which is Ravintsara, which is a great oil for many different things. And I'm going to send it over to Jan because we're going to talk about not just aromatically what it's good for and physically, but we're going to give you a great diffuser recipes and a DIY shower bomb that you could make in about 2 minutes. And then you can use it in your shower. So I'm going to send it over to Jan to, show us our little graphic and talk about the aroma.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. So I'm just going to share my screen and you'll get to see this pretty graphic that we have up here, which basically I just wanted to, tell you a little bit about what it smells like. To me, aroma is always really important. And this is a combination of, I think everybody knows what camphor smells like, because camphor's in deep blue, it's kind of like that menthol-y type smell, and eucalyptus. And I don't know about you, but I'm a huge eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. So I love this. It's a little bit, I guess, fresher, you might want to say. So that's uplifting and energizing. So that'll give you an idea of, if you're feeling a little sluggish, might be a good oil to grab. And we'll go through those uses, but I did want to just point out the name, which actually, I'm not going to pronounce the tree, the species name, which is on the top over there, cinnamomum. Sounds like that, but you'll notice the second word, camphora, but it does not contain this oil, the way it's distilled, which is the leaves, doesn't contain camphor. So just so you know that. And so now let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite ways to use this oil, and that is aromatically. So I'm just going to stop. Should I leave up the graphic, Jason? Or
no, I think you could take it down. They can take a screen. They can go back and take a screenshot if they need to.
Okay. So I love diffusing this combination. And so I pulled out a few diffuser blends just because that's one of my favorite ways to use Ravintsara or most essential oils. And I'm just going to grab the one I thought was kind of unique and the one that I really, so simple one is Ravintsara and Serenity for nighttime. So you can just do a 2 oil combination of that equal parts. But the one I really thought was kind of unique was called Overwhelmed and Unwind, which is Ravintsara, Serenity, and frankincense. So that I think I want to try. Now in the graphic we'll post, it says lavender peace because this graphic comes from, I think, Australia, and the oils have different names. So just know that that's Serenity. And then you can always combine Ravintsara with peppermint or breathe. If you have breathe, another eucalyptus, spearmint. So to help that respiratory system.
The one thing I
that way.
I love this idea of blending Serenity with Ravintsara because one of the things that we need to get a good night's sleep is a nice deep breath. Like our respiratory system needs to be functioning really well. And the Serenity can help relax the body while the Ravintsara can help us breathe a little bit more deeply when we're sleeping. And with the idea of the Ravintsara coming from the leaves of it versus the stems or the bark, I think it's really important to realize that different trees, different oils come from different parts of the tree. Just for some of those people who are just starting to use essential oils, it's important to know that a tree can produce different oils from different parts with different chemistries. So.
Yeah, and if you go to the other blend I suggested, which was Serenity, frankincense, and vetiver, and Ravintsara. I mean, if you think about it, what happens when we get stressed or we anxious or we're overwhelmed? We stop breathing. We don't breathe. So it adds in the grounding effect of the frankincense, keeps you anchored. The Serenity for the calmness, and then the Ravintsara for breathing. So
Absolutely.
It's another great combination.
Yep. And so now that also brings us into this DIY shower bomb that I'm going to make in a second. And I love the idea of including the shower component to the respiratory component, because when you're in your shower, right, especially if you take warm or hot showers, your respiratory system is nice and open. All the moisture can get into the lungs, and you can really open up the respiratory system. In addition, your pores get a lot bigger in that hot shower and can absorb the oils much more efficiently. And so I think it's a great combination to utilize essential oils, especially as you shower. And this will be a really great way, great simple way. And it's only 3 ingredients. It's literally 1 cup of baking soda, and I'm going to put that in a mixing bowl. It's about 1/4 to 1/3 cup water. Now, all the water in my house is filtered. I have a filtration system, so I could take it right from the tap. Put it right in the bowl with there. And then I'm going to add Ravintsara. And generally, I go a little stronger. You can go 3 to 4 drops, but I'm going to put about 6 because I like it a little bit stronger, a little bit more potent. And I'm literally going to just take a fork and mix it up. And you're going to want to make a little bit of a paste to it, and I'll show you in a second. And then the other thing is I have a silicone, literally an ice mold that I'm going to use. And you can get these silicone molds with cute little designs like hearts or flowers or stuff. I have just squares, but I'm a guy. Squares are fine.
And I'm thinking, notice that Jason is using a metal bowl and a metal fork. Like, you don't want to use plastic when you're doing this. You don't use a plastic mixing bowl. Metal's great, glass is really good. So you could always just do that.
So now the consistency, it's a little wet, but it's mostly dry. That's the consistency you want. You don't want it to be saturated or, and then you're going to put it into your mold and then press it down. So I'll kind of get, and then you're just going to sit and let it dry. And then you have a great, hang on 1 second. I'm filling up my mold. You can't really see that, but so you're going to fill up your molds, right? And then just kind of press them down so they have a little bit of, so that they compact a bit. And then all you do is just sit and let it dry. And then after it dries, you just pop it out of the mold and put it on the floor of your shower. Simple, easy to do. As you can see, like, I'm pretty much done. And all I need to do is sit and wait now. So we won't do that. We won't wait.
No, we won't wait. And if you have, like, if you're making a lot, like, let's say you're making more, you could always pop them out. You don't have to wrap them or anything, and just pop them in a glass jar or something with a good sealed lid, and they'll last. Like, you can just leave them stored like that until, and grab one, periodically, or, when you shower. So you don't have to make it fresh.
Oh, yeah.
You could store them if you want.
One of my favorite things, I think, since I've been doing a lot of like DIY type of stuff, is having just some mason jars on hand, so that this way, and as well, I'm literally lifting off my counter my sourdough starter, right? So they're great for so many different things, and they seal and they're airtight, and then you don't have to worry about, anything really. Like, you just keep them in there. When you put them in the shower, you won't get any moisture in, especially because it's a sealed mason jar. And then right before your shower, you just pop them in and you're good to go. All right. Anything else today? I think that covers quick DIY, some quick diffuser recipes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be glad to answer them.
Also, remember to get the free Ravintsara. It's 125 points. Order LRP before the 15th of the month. That's important. On the 16th, you won't get it. On the 14th, you will. So 14th, 15th, you're good. 16th, not so much. So so make sure you do that. Any questions, just reach out to the person who invited you to the doTERRA or to one of us. And enjoy your bath bomb or your new diffuser recipe.
Last comment I'll make, just so people know, if you are a pet owner, it's safe to diffuse around pets. Okay. So you don't have to be concerned with that. So you can diffuse it in a water diffuser.
Well, and let's not say it's safe to diffuse doTERRA essential oils.
Well, doTERRA Ravintsara I was referring to.
Oh, Ravintsara, okay.
This specific pet tip for today was you can diffuse, because Ravintsara is a new oil, and I figured if anybody had any questions, they now know they can diffuse Ravintsara in a water diffuser around their pets.
Good, excellent. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next week. All right.